Number 4, and this is probably where you're going to see that vent coming out in me, is when you visit, remember that we do have commitments. Here, this is our life. We are not on a vacation, so we love having visitors, but at the same time, it's really hard to 1, get time off, 2, organize your schedule, and 3, be a tour guide at the same time. Like I said, we've been doing this for a really long time. I'm so grateful that I've had so many people come out here and visit me. But sometimes I'll get the occasional, oh, don't you have more time off than that? Like, can't you just, you know, not go to work that day? No, I have to go to work.
Yeah, we have to keep, like you said, our commitments. We have to keep our full-time jobs that we have. That's why we're out here in the first place, and it is great. I love when I have people out here to visit. But at the same time, like this is your vacation, and we haven't necessarily been saving up for our visitors like you maybe have been saving up for your time out here, you know? So our daily routine, everything about our lives gets thrown off, and it's not a bad thing, but it is just something to keep in mind, because we want to take you out to dinner, we want to take you out to all the fun places that we see. But if you're my 10th visitor, this is the 10th time that I've done these things, and you know, it's just expensive. And
even more specifically, airport pickups.
Yeah.
That would make the smallest difference. Is if you know just how to get in a cab, we'll send you the address and you can come to wherever we're staying, because that saves us having to get that whole day off for an hour of picking you up and bringing you back here. That is a huge one for me, is when I'm expected to take the day off just to go to the airport
and then take extra days off after that.
Right. That just speaks a mountain of respect when you can kind of just be an adult and realize that, you know, it's quite easy to find your way around an airport. There are signs everywhere, and you just get in a cab. We'll always send you the address, we'll always be messaging and helping out, and then you can come here. Guarantee that'll make every expat's vacation
100%.
or visitors
and
more
we've like we said earlier, we've been here for a while. We know exactly what to do to get you in a cab. We can tell you everything over text messages or over WeChat messages. We know what to send you exactly, so you can just show a taxi driver just a picture and how to get exactly to our place. And if your expat has been here for, you know, even a few months, they should have picked up on that. And it also like comes down to, specifically in China, cabs and stuff are really cheap here. So it only costs about $20 US dollars to get from our local airport to where we live, and it's really not bad, because it's like a 30 to 40 minute taxi ride. One last thing I want to say about this is do a little bit of research before you get out here. If you're going to visit someone abroad or wherever you're going, do a little bit of research, so while they do work, while they are at their, like we said, their other commitments, their full-time job, you can be able to go out by yourself for a day, or keep yourself busy during the day, so that way you guys can get home and then you can do the fun stuff together. You can go out and get food, you can go out to great restaurants or bars or whatever it is. And yeah, that'll speak mountains of respect to your visitor, because it means that you've got it. You know, you understand that they have other things that they have to do.
And like there's really some work commitments that we can't get out of sometimes. A rehearsal or a training day, or even like more specifically like an audition or something really important that we know for a fact that we just can't miss. Even if you have to be by yourself for 6 hours, it's so easy. Like, just do a little bit of research, find something that you want to do on that day.
And we'll have suggestions for you. We'll have stuff for you to think about doing, but the biggest thing would be getting around. If we can tell you, you know, just take the train to here and go check this out, just do that. You know, we can give you every direction on how to get there and how to get back, but you just have to be willing to go out and do it. So.
And number 5. When are you coming home next? I don't like this question.
Yeah, it's a little rough.
Simply because it's a reminder of we don't know. I can honestly say I don't know when I'm coming home.
I don't know when I'm coming home to stay. I mean, that's the bigger thing. The bigger question we get is, when are you gonna be home for good? I don't know.
Not sure. Right
now we're both committed to the entire year to 2018, potentially longer than that. And we don't know when we're gonna be back after that, or where we're gonna be, where our home is. I mean, I like to say that now I don't have a home in America, but I mean, I can make home wherever my family is, wherever this one is right here, so.
And And there's a difference. You always get people who are curious and are like, you know, what do you think you'll do next? Or they'll say, when are you coming home, in a really positive way.
Yeah.
As in, they want to know what your next plan is, but there are some people that are like, are you ever going to come back?
That's the one we don't like.
That's the one I don't like. It's like,
are you ever coming home? I don't know.
No,
I didn't see myself coming to China for a year and a half, but here I am.
Yeah.
So it can be really frustrating because, like we said, we just don't know sometimes. And when we do know, when we do have like a date to come home, usually in the work that we do, like it's not going to be for a permanent, you know, a permanent time. We usually, like for us, we're going to be home for 2 months, and then like we said, we're going to be gone again.
Yeah.
So just bear with us, you know.
Yeah.
We want to hear you. We want to hear from you. We want to see you. But especially when we are home for the next 2 months that we're going to be home, there's a lot of stuff that we're going to try and fit into those 2 months. So it's really, really tough, and we do feel pressure sometimes. And a lot of expats feel this way, but when we are home, it's tough to see the people that you want to see because you want to see everyone. Like, we've been gone for a year and a half, and now we're going to try and fit, you know, 2 months, a lot into 2 months. It's going to be tough, and we're going to be spread really, really thin. So just bear with us. Like I said, we do want to see you. We want to see everybody.
Also, we're not in this particular situation because we're so fortunate that we do have our next year completely set up. But if you're asking an expat, when are you coming home next, just pay mind to the fact that that might be a little bit of a difficult question to answer, simply because in my personal situation, if I'm going home, that means I'm out of a job. Yeah. And it's not really something that, if you're in that situation, which contracts end, life goes a different way, you know, you might get a job in the next 6 months, you might not want to necessarily talk about that subject right at that point, because it's not always your choice or an expat's choice to come home. So that's one that I'd really like to touch on, is like, if you are asking when are you coming home, just, it might be a bit of a difficult situation to talk about.
I would say that something a good question to ask would be like, hey, what are your plans for when you're home? Yeah. Because then it's not like you're asking because of anything else other than you just want to see them, you know. And like I said earlier, we get that. We want to see you too. We want to see our friends. We want to see our family. And a lot of times, if you were to ask, you know, well, how long are you gonna be home for, or when are you coming home, it could be, you know, especially like if we just found out that we didn't get a role or didn't get a job somewhere, it could be sensitive. And you know, just keep that in mind. We do want to see you, and our lives are very, very fluid. We have the next year plan, like we've talked about, and we're very fortunate for that. But after that, I don't know where we're gonna go. I don't know where we're gonna be. It could be anywhere, and I'm open to that, and we want you guys to be open too, because like we talked about in point number 4, you guys get to visit us. Yay!
And we love it. And number 6, I'm gonna hand this one over to Alex, because I'm from Australia and I don't have time difference issues. But you do.
So this is like a half joke one at the same time, but the time difference is really real. Whoa. The time difference is really real. It's something that is the biggest reason why it's hard to communicate, other than the fact that you might not have the same app that we do. It's tough, but also you guys need to keep in mind that your Friday night is our Saturday. So when you're out drunkenly at, you know, midnight or 1 a.m., that's our middle of the day time. So getting those drunk texts about life thoughts and, you know, where's my life going and where's your life going while I'm sitting at work is not exactly what we want to hear all the time. Yeah, it's funny at first, but it does wear a little bit thin. So just keep that in mind, especially if you text me later in the day at like 5 p.m. my time and it's like 2 a.m. your time. I'm like, what are you doing up right now? My first thought is that you're drunk. So just keep in mind that there is a huge time difference, and like I said earlier, your Friday night is my Saturday. So keep that in mind. It's not as funny as you might think, because if you get a drunk text and I'm also drunk, you know, because I'm back in the same time zone, then it's funny. We have a good laugh about it the next day. But your next day is my day that you're sending me the message on. So just keep that in mind. Like we said, this is kind of a joke one, but also something to definitely keep in mind, especially if you're an expat from America living in Asia. There's 14, 15, 16-hour time difference at times, so just keep that in mind. So
that is 6 things that we want to tell you. Like, it's not really like a tips video. Like I said, I'm just kind of venting about things that I think every expat wants to say to their visitors or people at home. It looks like a vacation on social media. It really does, but we actually work here. It's hard work where, you know, we make it work. There's nothing handed to us. We're your typical everyday expats, just like every other expat out there. No matter where you are, I think it's always good to appreciate that we're not living a normal life.
No, not at all.
It's very different.
It's very different, and like we said, I think one of our main points today was that we do miss you guys. It's very difficult to talk.
We love visitors.
Yeah, we do love visitors, as long as you're prepared. But yeah, this, like she said, it was not really like a tips video. It's just kind of things that we think relate to all expats. So if you know someone that's abroad, if you know someone that's abroad and you're planning on visiting someone, I hope this resonates with some of you.
Enjoy.
All right.
See you next time.